So the technology in this show looks like it's just about to explode. Holy hell. Now that they've got renewable energy, and they're now in pretty much the age of energy, oh my gosh. Like, the amount of crazy stuff that's about to happen. I like, just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so fun.
I'd be making all kinds of shit.
Of course you would, man. I mean, because, the spark of innovation. Once it hits and a community gets behind it, there's no stopping it. You cannot stop the tide.
I'd be making a stove. I'd be making a stove. I'm like, we are going to cook all kinds of shit.
Yes.
I'm waiting to see a small group of people from Tsukasa's place show up being like, we heard you had cotton candy.
Yeah, especially that one girl, Homura, I believe is her name.
She takes it back.
Yeah, she's just like, they have cotton candy, guys. You want some? And they're like, what? Cotton candy? Let's go. Just sneak off. They show up. They show up to the village and they're just like, give us cotton candy. And Senku's like, ask nicely, showing it to him, and they're like, please, can we have some cotton candy? There you go. Okay, now tell us what you know about Tsukasa's village. There you go. And gosh, I'm just so happy that we're entering the age of energy, and now there's no telling the amount of stuff that they can do, because if they have just one water wheel, that's one thing. But imagine if they built another and had it running.
I think they're going to have to make several if they want their cell phones to work like cell phones, unless those tube radio type things that they were showing off.
Well, that's the reason why they'll have the battery.
They're going to have to build, stuff up in the hills with towers and stuff that are going to have to run on some kind of energy as well, probably.
Well, also interference. If they're in a flatter area, the interference won't be as bad, but in a mountainous area, it can get bad. Which they are near a mountain. But I don't know exactly where the battle's going to take place. But, yeah, I get what you're saying 100%. But if they
I think it's going to tip off Tsukasa to an extent whenever they have to put up their basically cell phone towers, because that's going to be noticeable from a distance.
I guess.
In a place where there's nobody else around, they're going to be like, they just straight up built a tower a mile away over there. What's up with that?
Yeah.
And he's probably going to recognize that and be like, that's a cell phone tower. And so he's going to kind of know and be like, oh, shit.
Exactly. So I guess we're going to have to see how that all pans out. But
see how it unfolds.
Yep, indeed. I just want to see what's going to happen next. So let's get on with it. Here we go. This is episode 21. Well, there you go.
Nice.
They're trusting Magma, the same guy who's tried to kill Gen, and also tried to or wanted to just let Ruri die. So I don't know about him. That's a bit of a tough sell for me. But they found tungsten, so if they get it and they're able to synthesize it, maybe they can get the vacuum tubes to work.
Yeah, maybe. I'm saying they will somehow. I mean,
well,
if not, if the whole plan fails and they wasted 2 episodes working on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And now, and I'm also wondering, because mostly he's been focusing on improving his situation there, a lot of the scientific improvements go to the science lab and the fighters and all that. There's stuff that he could do to improve the lives of the people in the town too. For instance, he could show them new ways to. Well, actually, no, I take that back. He did show them the jarring, how to jar things, how to properly keep stuff stocked so to where it lasts a long time. God, I remember when my great grandma showed me all the beans that she had jarred over a span of a decade.
Yeah.
My goodness, dude, it was amazing. Went back there and looked, and you always press the top of it to make sure it isn't popped, because if it's popped, you hear, then you need to throw it out because air's gotten in and has effectively ruined the beans. But if it's air sealed, it can stay in there for a long friggin' time. Mm-hmm. Long time. Ugh, but my
mom does that too.
Yeah. Actually, we had a problem. it was right after you left at first. You remember those jars of potato soup that you had?
They go bad.
Yeah, and the smell was rancid. The smell was rancid.
Y'all throw them away then?
Well, yeah, we did. We washed the jars out and we threw the stuff away.
Ooh.
But yeah, it. You see, I think that there's more that can be done to improve the villagers' lives to a certain degree. I mean, the jarring stuff, but I know they're on a timeline. But I'm thinking by improving people's lives around him more and more, like don't get me wrong, people are already helping him because he's the village chief. But if he enriches their lives and makes their lives easier, makes their lives better, then they'll follow him even more.
Well, I noticed they had boats because they were fishing.
Yeah.
I
think they had them before,
but like it wouldn't be a good idea to if you used to, pack up a bunch of shit. You could head way downstream.
Yeah.
Way down there and to pretty much out of walking reach of. They wouldn't even know where the hell you went.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's some people. Some people have discerned that that's how some civilizations have just like disappeared.
Yeah.
For instance, the Indus River Valley civilization, which was one of the first forced civilizations on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They just picked up and moved, and nobody really knows where they went.
Yeah. Can't trace the water, so.
Nope. It's very difficult. I mean, traveling across water itself is dangerous.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying like actually way out in the ocean. I'm talking about just way down the other side of the landscape,
Yeah.
Follow the beach miles away. That way that you don't have to worry about Sukasa and them like springing up and trying to attack you because they're not going to know where the hell you're at.
Exactly. And I get that.
And it don't take long to go 20, 50 miles on a boat,
No,
No,
especially if you're going on a good stable stream downriver. Oh, dude, you'll be good.
Yep.
You'll be very good.
Well, if I do like if it's a big water river, but like when it comes to the river pass, like Whitewater, it can get a little dangerous. But
of course. Well, that's why
the bigger the boat, the less impact it has on the jarring, though. So
yeah, you want to be like that one dude rafting down. Have you ever seen that one video? It's like the dude. It's literally like 7 rafts stacked up, and he's on top of it.
Yeah, I have.
My God. I'd look at that going down the river and be like, he'll never have to worry about like ultra like high impact stuff because of how big that thing is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But
I'd just be afraid I'd fall off of it.
I would too. I would be very afraid of it. But with everything that they've got here so far, now they're having to go on a little bit of an expedition to find tungsten, which I don't know 100% like how much they'll find, but hopefully they'll find enough to make all the vacuum tubes they need.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe they could use that tungsten to coat a shield or something like that to make an even stronger shield, because tungsten is just as light as basic steel. But it is infinitely times more hard, like more rigid. So it'd be very difficult to have that like have a sword or a spear go through that, especially if it's made of stone. But gosh, there's so much like going on here, and we only got 3 more episodes left of this show, and then we're finished finally. Gosh, what a road, man!
Well, for this season, anyways.
Well, for this season, yeah, because this was so popular that season 2 has already been greenlit and has been fast tracked.
Oh, nice.
And will probably be out here in, I think, the next season or 2.
Yep.
So got that to look forward to. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this show so far.
Oh, me too.
Like, especially, I came into it with little to no expectations, and it's really fun so far.
Yeah. And hopefully here after a couple more weeks, whenever, as you all have noticed over the last few weeks, Jake has been wearing a mask. So hopefully restrictions will be loosened up more and more. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks, depending on how the flow of, if the coronavirus spreads again because of all the protests and also all the people being around each other again, then we'll reassess everything. But if things keep going down, then I think here soon we'll be able to have you down here and have you back over 100%. And also, after this show's done, we're thinking about doing Outlaw Star with Chad because I want to see it again, and I think Chad's never seen it before. You said you haven't seen it.
I've seen most of it.
Okay, and you said
I've seen it a long time ago.
but you want a refresher.
Yeah, I'd like to rewatch it again.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a good watch for us going forward. So anyway,
I've also never seen the uncensored original version. I've only ever seen the Toonami version, except for the first 6 episodes, which I managed to get a hold of on a DVD with the disc missing one time.
Oh,
So it had
bastards.
the first and third disc, and the second was missing.
Damn.
So
damn, that's rough.
yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it. So until next time, everybody, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.